Alrighty, we are ranking every single cup in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This is not necessarily ordered, we're just gonna go in order from the cups, from the Mushroom Cup all the way to the Spiny Cup, which was the last cup released in the DLC. And we are going to change this to F tier, just because it's more pleasing. And we're gonna start with the Mushroom Cup. This cup has Mario Kart Stadium, Water Park, Sweet Sweet Canyon, and Thwomp Ruins. It's not a horrible Mushroom Cup. I mean, Mario Kart Stadium's pretty good, Thwomp Ruins is pretty good, but Water Park and Sweet Sweet Canyon are kinda not great. So, I don't think it's terrible, but it could definitely be a bit better. So for now, I'm going to put it in C tier. Obviously, this is not going to be final. My opinion might change depending on how the list shapes out. I haven't really thought about the placements too much yet, but for now, the Mushroom Cup, the first cup, is C tier, which for a Mushroom Cup is not that bad. The Flower Cup is next. This one has Mario Circuit, Toad Harbor, Twisted Mansion, and Shy Guy Falls. This is a pretty mediocre cup as well. I'd say Toad Harbor's the only good course out of all of these. I mean, Shy Guy Falls and Twisted Mansion aren't bad. Mario Circuit's pretty boring. So for that, I think it's gonna also go in C tier, right next to the Mushroom Cup. It's nothing crazy, you know, it's just a beginner cup. There's not too much going on, but Toad Harbor at least is a great course. Lot to do in that one. So the Star Cup has Sunshine Airport, Dolphin Shoals, Electrodrome, and Mount Wario. It starts off horrible with Sunshine Airport, but the rest of those courses are all really good. Dolphin Shoals and Mount Wario are both S tier courses in my opinion. Electrodrome is about an A tier, and then Sunshine Airport's F tier. I think this cup goes into A tier for now. It could move up, but it's definitely not going lower than that. This is a really good cup. Like, Mount Wario is like a top 10 track. Dolphin Shoals is up there. Like, it is solid. Really good Star Cup. And the best cup so far, easily, that we've talked about. And now we get into the Special Cup, which has Cloud Top Cruise, Bone Dry Dunes, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road. Now, Bowser's Castle is like a top 3 course in the game in my opinion, but the rest of these tracks suck. Cloud Top Cruise is awful, Rainbow Road is the worst Rainbow Road in the entire series, and Bone Dry Dunes is kind of boring. Now, I'd feel pretty disingenuous to put a cup that has Bowser's Castle in F tier, but oh my god, for a special cup, this cup is ass. Like, there's no getting around it. I'm gonna put it in C tier for now. Bowser's Castle's hard carrying it right now, but that one could definitely be going down. So the Egg Cup is next, and this cup has Yoshi Circuit, Excite Bike Arena, Dragon Driftway, and Mute City. This one's not terrible. I mean, Excite Bike is awful, Mute City's kind of whatever, but Yoshi Circuit's pretty good, and Dragon Driftway is my second favorite course. I would say, you know, the quality of like Mute City and Yoshi Circuit, along with Dragon Driftway, I would say for the Egg Cup, that's enough to put it in B tier. I think it's definitely better than the Mushroom Cup and the Flower Cup. Definitely better than the Special Cup, but definitely not quite the level of the Star Cup. So, pretty good cup. Not too bad. Alright, we got the Crossing Cup next, which has 2 pretty good courses to start with, Baby Park and Cheeseland. Wildwoods ain't half bad either, but then it ends, as the name entails, with Animal Crossing, and Animal Crossing is horrible. I hate that course. However, Cheeseland is really good, Wildwoods is good, and Baby Park is good. So I would say this cup is also gonna go in B tier. Or yeah, B tier. I mean, it's not like there's nothing like spectacular. I mean, Cheeseland's a really good course, but as for the rest of it, it's, you know, right in that range. So B tier, I would say, is good for the Crossing Cup. And now we go to the Shell Cup, starting with the original Retro Cups. It has Moo Moo Meadows, GBA Mario Circuit, Cheep Cheep Peach, and Toad's Turnpike. This cup is ass. This cup is really good, bad. Toad's Turnpike is like an S tier track in my opinion, but the rest of these tracks are kinda whatever. I mean, GBA Mario Circuit's kinda alright, but Cheep Cheep Peach and Moo Moo Meadows, I know a lot of people like Moo Moo Meadows, I don't in this game. I think this one's going in F tier. For first F tier, I don't think Toad's Turnpike can carry like Bowser's Castle can. And even then Bowser's Castle could potentially move, or this special cup can move down to F tier as well. So that is where the Shell Cup stands. And the Banana Cup is not much better. It has Dry Dry Desert, Donut Plains 3, Royal Raceway, DK Jungle. There's not a horrible course in this cup. Like, Royal Raceway and DK Jungle are pretty good courses. Donut Plains is boring, and I don't really like Dry Dry Desert. So I would say the Banana Cup is in C tier. It is quite mediocre, but it's not terrible. Now we've got the Leaf Cup, which has Wario Stadium, Sherbet Land, Music Park, and Yoshi Valley. This cup just screams B tier for me. It is a fine cup. Like, there's no complete duds, but there's also nothing spectacular. I'd say overall Wario Stadium is probably the best course overall, and that's like a high B tier, low A tier track in my opinion. So it's fine. A nice B tier for the Leaf Cup. Now we've got the Lightning Cup, and the Lightning Cup has Tick Tock Clock, Piranha Plant Slide, Grumble Volcano, and Rainbow Road N64. This is definitely A tier. This is a really solid cup. Like, Tick Tock Clock is kinda eh, but Piranha Plant Slide, Grumble are both A tier tracks, N64 Rainbow Road is like a low S tier for me. The Lightning Cup could maybe be S tier as well, but some cups later on are definitely S tier, and we'll see how the list shapes up. But one that is not is the Triforce Cup. It has Wario's Gold Mine, SNES Rainbow Road, Ice Ice Outpost, and Hyrule Circuit. I would say, I mean, it's not S tier, but this is another pretty damn good cup. Like, Wario's Gold Mine is like a B-ish tier, Ice Ice Outpost is like high B, low A potentially. SNES Rainbow Road's S tier in my opinion, and Hyrule Circuit is like a B tier as well. So the Triforce Cup is either like the top of B tier, bottom of A. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A for now. It's a solid cup. Now we have the Bell Cup, which has Neo Bowser City, Ribbon Road, Super Bell Subway, and Big Blue. And this is definitely the best cup we've talked about so far. This is possibly the best cup in the game. I mean, it starts with Neo Bowser City, which is an amazing course. Ribbon Road is, for like a GBA course, really good. Super Bell Subway is a top 5 course, and Big Blue is like a top 10 course. Definitely S tier for the Bell Cup. Definitely the best cup we have discussed so far. But now we have the Golden Dash Cup, which has Paris Promenade, Toad Circuit, Choco Mountain, and Coconut Mall. This is a alright cup. Like, Coconut Mall is not good. I know, hot take. Paris Promenade's kind of whatever. But Toad Circuit's pretty good in my opinion, which is another hot take. And Choco Mountain's pretty good, it's like B tier. So, I would have to say B tier for the Golden Dash Cup. it doesn't do too much wrong. I mean, Coconut Mall's not great, but I don't think it's C tier. It's definitely got some good courses, so I think B is good for the Golden Dash Cup. Now we have the Lucky Cat Cup, which starts off really bad with Tokyo Blur, but then it has 3 S tier courses in Shroom Ridge, Sky Garden, and Ninja Hideaway. That is S tier. The Lucky Cat Cup is another one in contention for the best. I mean, Tokyo Blur is a bit of a stinker, so for that alone, I would say the Bell Cup is a little better because it doesn't really have a stinker. But this is a really strong cup for the Lucky Cat Cup. Oh my god. Wow. Talk about that. Alright. We've got the Turnip Cup next. New York Minute, Mario Circuit 3, Calamari Desert, Waluigi Pinball. This is... this is like a... It's definitely a C or F tier. Is it as bad as the Shell Cup? I mean, Waluigi Pinball's pretty good, although I'm getting sick of playing it because it shows up all the freaking time in the roulette. New York Minute's pretty good. Mario Circuit 3 is kinda... it's alright. Calamari Desert is not good, though. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier. There's nothing spectacular enough to put it in B tier. So, I'm gonna leave it in C tier for now. The Propeller Cup has Sydney Sprint, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, Sky High Sundae. This is a really strong cup. Sydney Sprint is one of the best city tracks in the game. Snowland is pretty good. Mushroom Gorge is pretty good, and Sky High Sundae is pretty good. I don't know if it's S tier. I would say it's probably the top of A. I mean, comparing it to the Star Cup, which had 3 pretty good courses, but it had a stinker in Sunshine. Propeller Cup doesn't really have a stinker, so, you know, yeah, we'll put it at the top of A for now. I might move it up. I do not know yet. The Rock Cup has London Loop, which is a pretty good city track. You got Boo Lake, Rock Mountain, and Maple Treeway. This is definitely B tier. By the way, like, the orders of the tiers really are not that much ordered. Like, I only just put this at the top just to compare the two, but yeah, it's a solid cup. I mean, there's no true stinker. I would say Maple Treeway is the worst course in this cup, and that's like a C tier track, so it's not bad, but there's also nothing phenomenal. Like, I guess Rock Mountain's probably the best track, and that's like a high B. So, I mean, the rest of the track, I mean, yeah, Blue Lake's like a C tier, London Loop's a B tier. So, I think B tier is fine. Now you got the Moon Cup, which is Berlin Byways, Peach Gardens, Merry Mountain. Yeah, it's ass. 3DS Rainbow Road's the last one. That's a fine course, but holy shit, this cup is awful. This is probably the worst cup in the game. I mean, Berlin Byways and Merry Mountain are both bottom 5 tracks in the game. Peach Gardens is kind of mediocre as well. That's like a C tier. But 3DS Rainbow Road's like an A tier. But holy crap. Those first... Oh my god, Berlin and Merry Mountain, that is awful. Moon Cup is F tier. Easily. Now we got the Fruit Cup, which has Amsterdam Drift, Riverside Park, DK Summit, and Yoshi's Island. Amsterdam Drift is the worst course in the game. Yoshi's Island is kind of whatever. Riverside Park is like a B tier, and DK Summit's like an A tier. I think this is a C tier cup. Amsterdam is holding it back quite a bit. I mean, Yoshi's Island isn't great either. But yeah, DK Summit is quite good, but it's like an A or S tier track. But yeah, it's not phenomenal. But then Wave 4 brought us the Boomerang Cup after the Fruit Cup. which has Bangkok Rush, DS Mario Circuit, Waluigi Stadium, and Singapore Speedway, which is the best track in the game. This one is S tier. Bangkok Rush I only like more as I play it. It's like a B tier-ish track. DS Mario Circuit's an S tier track. Waluigi Stadium is like an A tier, and Singapore Speedway's top 1. Definitely in contention for the top. I don't think it's as like consistently good as the Bell Cup. Maybe not. I mean, Ribbon Road is not the best track. I'll try to deduce which one's the best for now, but these three are obviously the front runners. I would say more so the Boomerang and the Bell Cup are the top 2 so far. I mean, even without Singapore, Bangkok, DS Mario Circuit, and Waluigi Stadium, that's like A tier. And then you add Singapore to it, like, oh my god. Give that S tier. Alright, now we're in the Wave 5 Cups with the Feather Cup, which has Athens Dash, Daisy Cruiser, Moonview Highway, and Squeaky Clean Sprint. And you know, this is a pretty damn good cup too. It's definitely not S tier because Daisy Cruiser is kind of bad, but Athens Dash is one of the better city tracks, Moonview Highway is an amazing course, and Squeaky Clean Sprint is a really cool course. I would say this goes in A tier. This is a pretty good cup for Wave 5. I mean, it's definitely better than the next cup, which is the Cherry Cup, which has Los Angeles Laps, which is not bad, Sunset Wilds, which is alright, Koopa Cape, which is bad, and Vancouver Velocity, which is kind of whatever. The Cherry Cup is gonna go in C tier. Yeah. The Cherry Cup is, it's not great. I mean, there's no super good courses, but Koopa Cape is quite bad, but the rest of it's kind of whatever. Yeah, I've made the choice. I'm moving the Special Cup to F tier. Like, just because it's the Special Cup, which is supposed to be the coolest cup in the game, and how disappointing it is other than Bowser's Castle. Oh, that's... Oh, no. And plus, the C tier is getting a little big, so we can move that down. Alright, now we're in the last 2 cups, which were Wave 6 releases. The Acorn Cup was the first one with Rome Avanti, DK Mountain, Daisy Circuit, and Piranha Plant Cove. Now, Rome is a pretty good city track. DK Mountain's a good track. Daisy Circuit is kinda and Piranha Plant Cove is really cool. Definitely one of the prettiest tracks in the game. This I would say is like maybe low A or high B. It's tough. I don't think it has a spectacular. I mean, Piranha Plant Cove is S tier in my opinion. For now I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier. It's a good cup. Good cup. I mean, Daisy Circuit's kind of whatever, but. And now we have the Spiny Cup, which has Madrid Drive, which is one of the best city tracks. You have Rosalina's Ice World, which is a pretty okay track. And then you got SNES BC3 and Wii Rainbow Road. Yeah, this is S tier. SNES BC3 is arguably a top 5 course. Wii Rainbow Road, in my opinion, is a top 5 course. Madrid is like A tier, and Rosalina's Ice World is like high B-ish, maybe. Definitely a track I'm only liking more as I play it. Yeah, that's a good cup. We have 4 in S tier. If I move one of the A tier cups up to S tier, that would round it out more. If I wanted to do that, maybe the Propeller Cup would move up, or the Star Cup. No, I can't put Sunshine Airport in S tier for the Star Cup. And the Lightning Cup was kind of good too. I'll put the Propeller Cup in S tier. It's definitely the bottom, but it's really good. So if I had to order the S tier, the top 5, let's see, all like the first 4 are all really good. Like, it's tough. because like this has Singapore, this has Super Bell and Neo Bowser City, and this has 3 amazing courses. I don't know. I'm gonna say the Lucky Cat is the worst of the 3 or the 4, because Lucky Cat has like one kind of stinker. Tokyo Blur is not great. Like the Spiny Cup, the Boomerang, and the Bell Cup do not necessarily have any stinkers. I would say the Spiny Cup is 3rd. It only has 2 like phenomenal courses in it, so I think that's a good. But then between the Boomerang and the Bell Cup, oh boy. The Boomerang has a top 1 course and a S tier course, an AA tier and a B tier course, and then the Bell Cup has S, B, S, S. Yeah, I'd say the Bell Cup is first. I think the Bell Cup is the best cup the game has to offer thus far. And I would say that completes the list. I'm not going to bother ordering the B and the A tier. But yeah, that is my opinion on all the cups in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let me know what you guys would change. I mean, this is obviously just my opinion on the courses. I mean, if you look at like more universally loved tracks, some would be higher, some would be lower, but that is my opinion on all the cups, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this, and I'll see y'all in the next video.